Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Top of the morning, or what's the crack? Hey, I'm Nick, or the NACPA, and whether you're taking a break from drinking for a night, a weekend, a lifetime, or anywhere in between, I'm going to continue to highlight non-alcoholic drinks that are super great, super fun, and don't even give you a hangover. Today, we're feeding two birds with one scone. We're going to be looking at another cocktail, but because we're in the New Digs Cheeky and Dry, I thought I'd feature their cocktail of the month, which is what I'm calling the Cheeky Leprechaun. There are a number of ingredients in it, and so we'll try each of them separately, rapid fire style, and I'll sprinkle in some facts about these drinks as we're tasting them. Of course, we'll make it into a drink, so that way you can make it at home. With that, let's get into it. First up, it's going to be, of course, the staple to any March cocktail drink, a Guinness. Now, if you get a can of Guinness and you hear something rattling around, it's not your imagination. Actually, what's inside here is called, and I'm not joking, a widget. The widget forces the pressure and the nitrogen through the beer, so that way when you pour this guy at home, it gives that same appearance as if you were getting it from the tap at a bar. People are pretty particular about how you pour a Guinness. What you do is you tap the top for luck, you open it, but when you pour it, you're going to try and pour it at a 45-degree angle. I will try to do that now. What we're going for is that nice foaminess, frothiness, that head in which we're trying to see at the top here. There you go. And we'll see we're developing that nice head. We're developing this frothiness here down at the bottom. And before you actually sip on it, you want to let it completely settle. Oil dark color here at the bottom. And when you go to sip it, you're going to want to sip underneath this foam. You want that actual Guinness. So let's go ahead and sip this guy. So yeah, that's really accurate. So when I lift it up and I smell it, it smells like a dark Guinness stout would or should be. Everything just checks all the boxes of this is a Guinness, but somehow no alcohol in here. So really great, really nice, really like the Guinness. Cheers. Now, the spirit in this drink is UnWhisky from Green Bar Distillery, run by a husband-wife duo. They do alcoholic, non-alcoholic, and ready to drink. One thing to note about this, or on the practical side, is that once opened, this whiskey should be refrigerated and done after 7 days. So now let's try it. I smell it, and it honestly kind of smells like a campfire. It's some smokiness in there, maybe some pepper. I'm going to try it now. So I like it. It doesn't have that immediate burn like a whiskey. However, after a couple seconds, I'm getting something of a burn, but not in quite the same way. But no, the mouth is definitely, you can feel it there. So that's pretty nice. And I can't wait to taste it in this cocktail. Next up, this absinthe syrup. Did you know that in the United States, absinthe was banned up until 2007? Yeah, that's not even that long ago. I'm really looking forward to trying it and making it into this cocktail. So when I smell it, I smell that fennel. On the bottle also is wormwood and some other ingredients. Man, wormwood seems to be a big player in a lot of these drinks that I've been highlighting so far. Let's go ahead and try this. Yep, definitely fennel or black licorice forward, which I'm really not that big of a fan of black licorice. I'm not going to go to a candy shop and just get black licorice, but this is actually good, and I'm looking forward to it being in the drink rather than thinking, okay, I'll just have to get through that part of the cocktail. The bitters in this drink are from El Guapo, and they're the Chicory Pecan Bitters. The company seems really cool. They're out of New Orleans, and it's a really cool company. They say they manufacture everything but without the booze. So that's pretty cool and right on brand. Let's go ahead and try this. When I smell it, yep, I'm getting that nuttiness, but I'm also getting some sweet, obviously. That is a pecan. Yeah, and of course, normally I wouldn't drink bitters all by themselves, but bitters are like the salt and pepper of a dish. They take your dish from being, okay, yeah, that's pretty good, or I like that, to holy cow, that's excellent. So I'm really looking forward to these being in here. Okay, those are all the components of the drink. So now let's combine them to make our cocktail of the month, our Cheeky Leprechaun. To make the drink, you'll need a shaker, a jigger, a strainer. You'll need a glass. You could use a martini glass, or you could use a Nick and Nora glass. I'm using the latter for obvious reasons. So into a shaker, you'll put 3.5 ounces of Guinness, 1.5 ounces of your whiskey, 1 ounce of this absinthe syrup, a couple dashes of bitters. I'm gonna actually dry shake this, make sure you got that nice and tight. And we'll dry shake it just a little bit here, not too much, right? And then we'll take this off. Now you can add your ice. Again, you'll shake that. You'll get your preferred glass. You'll strain it in there. And there you go, the Cheeky Leprechaun. Let's go ahead and taste this guy. So when you take a sip, you taste all those components there at various stages. Foamier, or it feels like a Guinness in the mouth. Then there's this black licorice or the fennel and some sweetness, right? The whiskey is there, but just barely. Some of that smokiness you can taste. And then the bitters, those are nice because you get that pecan. Overall, really great drink, perfect for the time of the year. Cheers. And that's it. Today we tried components that make up the cocktail of the month, the Cheeky Leprechaun. I gave you some facts or the story on a few of the makers behind these tasty ingredients. And of course, we made the Cheeky Leprechaun itself, and now you can try it at home. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Would love to hear from you. And as they say in Ireland, don't let the door hit your arse on the way out. We'll see you on the next one.